kò fẹ́ bọ̀ bóyá máa fọwọ́ kan ni ṣèbí báyìí lẹ́yìn kó ti wọlé ẹ wá wo yẹn minutes tó fi jọ dúró papọ̀ wọ́n dìbò ọmọ yẹn náà dìbò Baba Ijesha nínú fídíò yẹn ọmọ yẹn bọ́ bàtà fún Baba Ijesha. It took Princess 41 minutes on wo blue film to buy up on 14 years. And if you are enjoying sexual activities involving a minor, if truly the girl is 14, what's it Baba Ijesha? Only pe kilo padà lọ ṣe lọ́dọ̀ Princess. Oni kò yẹ kó padà sí relationship yẹn. They are both deceiving you. Báwo ni kọ̀kọ̀ iṣẹ́ àwa gọ̀ ni. Ẹ má jẹ́ àtọ́ra wa. Ẹ lọ wo fídíò bí tí wọ́n náà ti ń lu Baba Ijesha tó wà lẹ́lẹ̀. Ẹ lọ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Princess. Ṣé ẹ kò ṣe lè fún mi? Gbogbo wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sí lẹ́nu. Gbogbo òyìnbó tí wọ́n sọ kí ló tó define ọmọ ẹni 7 years kò yé Baba Ijesha. Jìbìtì tó ti lù ú tó ti wà láàrin wọn pé ó padà mú mi àbí. Ó wá ní ṣé mi ò ṣeré fún ẹ. Nígbà tí mo ṣe FES school, ó ní spiritual problem. Mo bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ dá sí. Ṣé wọ́n tó ní wọ́n yà di ọmọ ẹ tó pè yàn wá tó dẹ̀ ti mú? Ṣé wọ́n yẹn ló máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ lọ school? Ó ṣe does that even make any sense? Ẹ tí understand me? Ó mọ̀ pé as at that time, ó mọ̀ gbà in tó bí mi nítorí ni pé ó mọ̀ pé ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jábàálẹ̀ ọmọ yìí. Ó mọ̀ pé Dàmọ́lá Adékọ́lá ń bá sùn. Ó mọ̀ pé gateman òun bá sùn. Ó mọ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ 7 years other than relationship ẹ̀yin méjèèjì. Ó dẹ̀ set it up. Nígbà tẹ́tí mú lálàkọ́kọ́ tẹ́tí ń lù mẹ́yìn. At the end of the day, níbi tí àwọn tọ́jú wà tó gbọ́n wọn ẹni yẹn fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀. Even ọmọge yẹn tó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pé ó nà yẹn pa lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ pé àbólórí ta ló bèrè ẹjọ́ lọ́wọ́. The question the police failed to ask. Ẹlẹ́dàá gbogbo àwọn táwa ní Lagos State. Ẹlẹ́dàá wa máa padà dá. If the police failed to ask, àbáwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé Princess, èmi ò tiẹ̀ wá bínú. Torí mọ̀ pé fi taratara ní ọlọ́pàá gidi tẹ́lẹ̀. A ṣe máa gbàdúrà pé kọ́nà bá wa improve ọlọ́pàá wa ni. We must be playing our part so that we have the best and the best of the police. Because they do without police. Because normally, with this kind of video, tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n gba full CCTV yẹn ni, wọ́n máa débi tí Princess ti ń nà ọmọ yẹn tó ti pin ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ tó ń gbà. Wọ́n máa bèrè ẹni tó bá wà lórí live ẹ̀. The key question tó máa bèrè ni pé number 1, Princess. A rí inú fídíò pé ẹ̀ ń nà ọmọ gẹ́ yẹn níjọ́ tí ẹ set Baba Ijesha up. Kí ló dé tẹ́ ń nà tẹ́ ẹ abuse ọmọ yẹn? She is supposed to be the victim. Why were you beating her? Number 2, ṣé Dàmọ́lá Adékọ́lá ṣé pedophile ni? Ṣó bá ọmọ yẹn sùn nígbà tẹ́ sọ pé 14-year-old ọmọ yẹn ṣó bá sùn nígbà tó wà 13 years. Then thirdly, gbàtẹ́lẹ̀ tó ní pé ẹ lọ fẹ́ jọ́sùn Baba Ijesha sùn kẹ́ tó set Baba Ijesha up. Ǹjẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pa Dàmọ́lá Adékọ́lá àti gateman lẹ́yìn? Those were the real perpetrators. At the end of the day, Omu story is 7 years. Only commissioner of police only no allegation of rape was made against him. He told she when she was 7 years old. No report was made to the police. No doctor's report. No evidence. Nothing. So whether that one is going to suffice, it's going to be left to some forensic test. Test it. Forensic test. Or the Baspam there and inland broken arm. The test is there. As of test results. It no Princess. Emma be no Madam Princess. A cover all common here. A just test results. A shall copy the work as the guardian, as the mother. Kini results test it on up as for one Kini nkoto so. Kilo bambe. Toba ti da you know could have evidence. Then you be able to know where my happen with something. Then you ask yourself, Shane selective justice like Shane. Abi you are only focused on Baba Ijesha. The Bashe Soroi. There is no way Baba Ijesha has been found guilty of having sex with any child or even that girl. There is no way he has been found guilty of raping anybody. The only 2 count charges only Shepelu páńpẹ́ tí princess dẹ ó kíìsì ọmọ yẹn ó la owó ẹ̀ wọ́n kọ̀ pé charges yẹn pọ̀ méjì incident yẹn ni méjèèjì tòrò mọ́ Baba Ijesha won Lagos State government on the 4 count charges. So when you look at all these angles, the reality of it is that to a natural crime, nobody will be looking at all of these things. He got there, your camera is running, he got there, he has sex with the girl, you pick him up, you go and face the sentence. But one is probably anybody must not talk about the criminality and the lies that they concocted. Come back when any rape apologist, come back when any accomplice. Ogbodo dake, jẹ́ kí nǹkan táwọn fẹ́ ṣe káwọn yiri ṣe lórí ẹ̀ dákẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìwọ tó bá sọ àwọn Iyabo àwọn gbogbo yẹn wọ́n believe àwọn ní social media táwọn bá fi ba onítàn lórúkọ jẹ́. That is why even the government and the police wọ́n yà káwọ́rọ̀ pé wo àfẹ́ wàhálà. Because we don't have a working system. The only place they think they can give justice is on social media. The court of law, talefe bati ege, talo me shejo kini government talefe talo she. Oya, wona lolo kini me yoto. Kon se ko bo equal rights. And that is why we are going to continue to speak up that in this kind of situation, it is not about covering up for a bike. Nobody's covering up for him. And God willing, see badi dengba kashi onto kashi kaso. Justice is not for victims only. The baroma in his mind, how about
Fabiyi,
I need to make I want to about you.
yeah.
Shall you understand? That is why it's very important that people should ask this process, these germane questions. Oh, are very, very important. Tabi just a deto yen, abi Iyabo, teba risoju, abi lori social media. Ejoma binu. The age of that girl, she have the best certificate at any point in time. Number 2 is Damola Adekola a pedophile. Number 3, when you were going to be invited by Baba Ijesha, show more address in Lie. Number 4, did you tell the police about Damola Adekola and the security before you set Baba Ijesha up and Baba Ijesha too? Did you tell the police about them? The 5th one, who removed the audio when you were speaking with Baba Ijesha and the girl? The 6th one, is it true that that girl belongs to your sister? Same father, same mother. The 7th one, where this full CCTV, did you give it to the police? Yes or no? The full CCTV, did you give it to the police? Toba down, Mahmoud statement, Olokpa, court to guide for him, except the CTC, where they said they didn't have access to the CCTV because there was no network. So the question is, you had the CCTV. How come the police don't have access to the full CCTV? Why are you now sharing edited images? Tabawu gbogbo kini yẹn lọ pẹ̀lú ẹni tó láìka pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìtẹ́jọ́ sí yẹn, then we can be able to give the right judgment. But any kakọba wo bí tó ti láka nìkan ká máa dájọ́ bí ìgbà tó yẹ ká jọ ṣí èrè bí ti èmi ò ṣí èrè bí ti. Intent so far ni pé ẹ bá wo gbogbo crimes tó wà committed in the process. Ibi ìka ẹnìkan ni kẹ́ máa dájọ́ lé lórí. Báwo lèmi ṣe fẹ́ rọrùn wọ̀? Báwo ni jẹ́rìí ayé ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́rìí àlìkíámọ̀? Ṣé tó bá dìgbà tí ọmọ tí kọ́ tí apá àbí kọ́ máa ṣèdájọ́ lórí gbogbo tọ́mọ ibà ti wà involve? So tọ́mọ yín bá di pé bóyá èèyàn kan wọlé ó mú àdá wọlé kámẹ́rà ṣó obi tí èèyàn ti mú àdá wọlé tó fẹ́ ṣá ọmọ yín pa ọmọ yín dọ̀jẹ́ kíní ó fẹ́ ṣá kejì pa ó ṣàlẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ yín wá mú ọ̀bẹ ó wá kú sílẹ̀. Àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ wá mú kámẹ́rà bí tó ti gún ọmọ yín yẹn nìkan tọ́mọ yín ti gún nìkan wọ́n mú bí tó ti gún yẹn nìkan wọ́n múlẹ̀ pé ẹ wo bá ṣe pa ọmọ wa o. Tọ́mọ yín bá sọ pé òun kọ́ lòun fẹ́ òun ò pa ó fẹ́ pa òun self defence ni tẹ́yìn sọ pé irọ́ ni ṣẹ́ẹ̀dì tó ti pa ni you are a murderer. And the government wa help onítọ̀ sọ pé ẹ má gbébi tí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ti fẹ́ ṣá ẹni tó sọ pé ó pààyàn ibi tí ẹni tó pààyàn ti gúnyàn nìkan ni kẹ́ máa gbé jáde ibẹ̀ ẹni kẹ́ dájọ́ lé lórí. Báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà gbòòrò So when you see the class of people that are saying we should be judging based on the end result only, I say you are not in your class. I want to see only in contempt, only because you better now. The whole process started where and ended where. Then I'll be able to open my mouth and make the right judgment. Ṣùgbọ́n ọlọ́mọ yẹn kí wọ́n ṣí industry wa. Gbàtẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn tí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà tó ti ṣoore fún kò bá mi act inú fíìmù rí, kò fún mi lówó rí, kò gbé mi inú mọ́tò rí. Gbogbo àwọn tó ti ṣoore fún tó ti bá ẹ wo àwọn fíìmù tó ń gbé jáde. Gbogbo wọn yẹn lọ kẹ́yìn sí délẹ̀. Ẹ wo wá worú àwọn ẹni tó lọ pọ́nlé. Ní tó bá ń múrù wọn yẹn náà nìyẹn. Ó lọ pọ́nyọ̀lé nígbà tó ìjì dé sí ó yà dá ẹ sómi padà. Ṣé tó bá yẹ pé mi lè mi nírú platform yẹn ṣé wọ́n máa pariwo máa dá wọn lóhùn? That is lessons of life. Àwọn tẹ́ rò pé nítorí kọ́ lè máa gbádùn kọ́ lè máa gàzọ̀ wọn ò lè risk ara wọn ṣerú táwa ṣe. Nígbà tára tún yìí tán àwọn tí wọn ò risk ara wọn lẹ́ kọ́kọ́ rí àwọn lẹ́ fún lápọ́nlé ọ̀nà wa sọ pé jẹ́ n tún fi ẹrú àwọn èèyàn fún ẹ padà torí tó bá yẹ pàrọ̀ àtún bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà jù báyìí lọ ni the next time a rí ó lè jẹ́ orí location bàbá Mr. Latin lè má ti lọ bá kò tí yẹn kẹtọ́ orí wẹ́rẹ́ báyìí ó lè jẹ́ location ọláyà Igbo lè má ti lọ bá and he knows what really transpired before then at my own expense tó lè wá sọ pé ọ̀rẹ́ níwọ̀n bọ̀ tí rẹ̀ mí sìn èmi ò ń ṣe torí pé kí wọ́n lè láìkì ní I'm not putting my life down irú kéèsì bò bá dì tí mo ṣe mo fi Ọlọ́run bá búra I'm following the truth 101%. ní ti ẹ̀rọ ọjọ́ kan rí pé kí n tọ́ public àbí kí n mú tí ó ṣe tèmi I'm just doing bọ́ọ̀lù ṣe rán mi ṣùgbọ́n tó bá lóò yá wèrè tó bá lóò lágídí ní tẹ́ máa ń pò náà yìí tí mo ti bá òótọ́ bí mo ṣe rí pé wọ́n ti tún kéèsì yẹn gbé l'Àbújá wọ́n ti ṣe investigation mo fojú mi rí report presidency ti kọ kiri sí Èkó wọ́n lọ gbé I saw everything mo rí direct mi rí yàrá yẹn tó máa gbà kúrò lẹ́nu mi Wùnmí Ọmọwùnmí Cynthia Adébánjọ ìyàwó Mohbad ó lọ́wọ́ ló kú Mohbad ẹnu mi lè bá fọwọ́ kún bẹ́ẹ̀ o ṣùgbọ́n lọ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ and she must pay for the crime. Anybody making an attempt to say that that killing should go scot-free ìṣọ̀pọ̀nà ogun máa padà fi fẹ̀gẹ̀ ìwẹ̀ ni o ní ilé mi máa jù sáyé o ní ilé mi ni mo ti ṣògùn àìkú o I can die anytime but nígbà tí mo ṣe mí I will continue to speak my truth mo mọ ìyà tí mo ti jẹ mo mọ nǹkan tí mo face kò ní ṣe mi nìkan there are many justice fighters tó ń fi ẹ̀mí ara wọn sílẹ̀ lára wọn ni Mọ́jọ́lá Ṣọ́wàbí she will go offline put her life on the line fi àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fẹ̀mí ẹ̀ lẹ̀ kò síbi tẹ́lẹ̀ tí fẹ́ fi gàjàngbára tẹ́ fẹ́ fi sẹ́ni she will be there kò ń ṣolówó but she is rich in her heart for a just cause and we are pursuing it and many others like that owó ní kókó onílé and the rest putting their lives on the line for a boy that will never come out to say thank you. And there are so many hosts, they sit every day to demand justice for Mohbad. There are so many individuals, they contribute their fund to ensure that the struggle and the advocacy continue. Mama T, Yeniki, and the rest of others, when it was extremely risky, Itagbangba ní orí kòkòrò ní òjò ṣẹlẹ́wà lórí ṣẹlẹ́wà ọrùn I protested 4 days without changing my clothes mi ò wẹ̀ fún ìdọ́jọ́ mẹ́rin and it yielded result fúnra ara Wùnmí yẹn ló wá tọ́nà ara ẹ̀ hìn mi ò mọ́rí mi ò ń ṣọ̀tá ẹ̀ mi ò ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ my own is justice should be served àdúrà tó jábúrò Mohbad. Yeah, you cannot continue. You can't build a life on that kind of borrowed life. You are the first person to speak the truth to authority on what happened to your brother. Any parent to block borun koyen bí ìgbà tí yon fi no sí abẹ́ òrùlé ni. Tí wọ́n bá ṣọ́ra olú ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa parọ́ òbí yẹn later. Àwọn tí ẹni yẹn dẹ̀ ń bọ̀ náà wọ́n máa tún lépa ẹ̀mí irú ọmọ yẹn. They will take the life of that person. Àfi tó bá dó sórí ọ̀tọ̀. Because we want a better society. It wasn't that very easy. Kéèyàn tó lè fi career ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. And many people will call me. Even some of my colleagues, you see them, they come here. Mr. Yomi, if time sikini ju, see the film, we love your movies, we'll do kiniko. Oh, let me share movie. After Babaji's case in Moya Ibiomo, and still become the most successful movie. Because if by anyone go Burukuju, as at that time, majority of our only theater, including our Biola Uboy, Yomi eti oti balo, Yomi got to Lodasi, Kole Berimo, Shayin alone. Chemo Yogun to Tino Gunshell Lasiko. Toripe no come ovishe. Ingba so pe yon che kankan gba o lo asogun kiki asogun kiri kan ngba tí wọ́n bu ẹnu àtẹ́lù mi tí ó jẹ́ pé gbogbo wọn jáde àti Davido àti nina gbogbo àwọn tó lè pa wọn rawo gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ pé tó bá rí mi bàbá fún mi respect mi ẹ wá sọ mi di gbà wọlé mo wá níjọ́ mo di rárá nínú gbogbo wa ta pé wa le entertainer I am still one of pé mẹ́ta that is dedicating our lives and our time for a serious cause to are sensitive be human rights gbogbo àwọn tó kù bí come accuracy come lọ síbi táwọn disabled wa. But because one of the major things that is lacking in Nigeria, particularly among the Gen Z, is knowledge about their rights, civic social responsibilities, and history. When the next generation cannot be well equipped with the basic knowledge of human rights. Every government is meant to be funding, promoting anything that will have to do with education and promoting the frontiers of human rights. I was decorated as a human rights ambassador 2018 inside the American Embassy by John Bray, the Consul General, in conjunction with Crowley. The Bashe saw me, T1, grant it one bele. I will say it in English. Since they have been dropping grants at the American Embassy to support NGOs, human rights, I have never applied to collect $1. I said I will fight for it with myself, with my fans. I will do whatever I can. 5 years, I will discipline myself. So that I will know certainly that I'm not doing this because of money. So that nobody will say, he won't be able to do serious work because he's just collecting money. You know, rent big office or buy good big office in Lekki, do furniture, and then you come and paper, I come and textbook, I only come and small case. I come in Domidada. I want to believe, I want to see, let me be known that I'm serious and genuine. And I was sacrificing and putting my life on the line. And I said I need to do this with extreme humility. People thought I was being humble because I want money. No. I have to make people clear that I am not rigid. I am open, but I don't love to be insulted. I don't care who you are, don't make me feel less of myself. Because I know that if I should come on the floor, it's not an excuse for you to step on me. Don't step on. But tell me one leg. For me, give me my respect. I will respect a man respect you. If you get close to me very well, you realize that I call almost everybody Mr. Brother, Auntie. I don't want to know your age. If my brain tells me this is another immediately I start respecting you. You see what you pay me local, Sasa, come on. They respect. All about what I get. So when you see somebody like us stand up in cases like this, human rights is very important. Human rights is not for victims only. Justice is not for victim only. If we didn't step up the way we step up then, fighting for the girl and fighting that this man Tefeso coin, but we want to investigate it, princess, your story is not adding up. If you go by the way this woman put up these emotions and this video thought he achieved, don't pay the evidence, they would sentence this man to life imprisonment. We need to quickly fight and ensure that, come up with your truth. They allow them, the governments are giving our government no charge about the court. They took the case from the police that, no. We are the one that want to prosecute this guy. We said, no problem. Prosecute him. We were only dismayed. But I'm charge is court. Unfortunately, the first sitting, the judge gets up, nobody should speak about the case again. No opportunity to start asking that why didn't they bring Damola Adekola? Nǹkan tá ṣe dákẹ́ nìyẹn o. Kò ṣe pé tó bá yẹ pé kò ṣe pé judge yẹn ti gáàgì láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Ohun tá a máa ti pò ní court yẹn ò ní dá. Pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ wọn lé nípa o. In between, I was on self-exile for 6 months. Gbogbo princess yẹn competition kọ́ lọ gbé mi. Wọ́n fẹ́ àwọn tó bá ṣe pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn tó já mi sígbà yẹn pé aláyé àwọn lè ti mú level. Princess yìí wà ní court báyìí ó ń bọ́ ọlọ́pàá sọ pé mo ṣe débẹ̀ ó sọ time tí mo débẹ̀ Yomi is here. Nígbà tó fún bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ń bèèrè ó ní what happened? They gave him bail. What will now happen now? Ọlọ́pàá yẹn calm down ó ní I can't believe this. Because the courts and the government, they understand the fact that this is kind of a woman. So tell me your bad day. Kí ni wàá jẹ́ kí ló jẹ́ colleague you have? Òfin wo ló sọ pé when your colleague is having problem you should disturb. Ṣẹ̀dá kan fi packaging sí ni. The biggest crime over is murder. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó le jù ní ayé yìí lẹ́ni country is murder. Kò ṣe kókó bá ṣe réyàn kan tó máa dúró tì. Àmọ́ yẹn lómi tó máa sọ pé pààyàn tí ó dẹ̀ pààyàn. But the fact remains that ìtẹ̀rí tẹ̀sán fún bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà oní fídíò ẹni tó ńlá kan láwùẹ̀ ìwọ princess ló ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. You were the one that planned everything. You arranged everything. You coordinated everything. You even put the girl. You are the only one that know the true age of the girl. One of the ways you can blame Baba Ijesha is if Baba Ijesha knew that the girl was 14 and 14 lomo yẹn o de tún ṣe yẹn pẹ̀lú it's a different ball game. Ìwọ ló pé 14 kò dẹ̀ ṣe pé bóyá a rí fídíò pé ọmọ yẹn kàn ní lọ́nu lé Baba Ijesha lọ grip ẹ̀. It is clearly evident that ìwọ ló prepare ọmọ yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Baba Ijesha. And it's clearly evident that everything you said was contrary. You can't continue to deceive us this far. Omo 14 ni only she was a victim. Only any tó ti abuse lele tó ti fi kọ́kọ́rọ́ jáde ẹ̀ tó ti fi ẹpọ̀n jáde ẹ̀. Tell me, make it make sense. Why did you allow the girl to sit if you did not engage the girl to play that role? And the question is, who the hell are you? What is your education? What is your conscience? Why would any mother? What kind of evidence is that? How can you call that an evidence? Don't deceive yourself. You claim this person is your colleague. And you believe the girl. Okay, for this girl to have said it, it means it is true. That means the Bagisha used to touch children. And then you now look at it. A 7-year-old. Jesus. The next person even if you want to risk it the way you risk it, you should have put a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and that means you won't even tell that child anything. Baba Ijesha will be sitting there. Then you say, I'm coming. Then you'll be watching him. And let's see if he will touch that child. Okay, Baba Ijesha, that's what we now say. You are not supposed to be sexually attracted to that baby. A 5-year-old, 7-year-old. That means what that girl said is true. But in this instance, you said a pedophile is usually attracted to children, and then you set him up with a grown-up adult or a grown-up young lady or a grown-up teenager that has all the features of an adult that has been having sex already. And it's not that you even set him up. You conveniently place the lady beside her and with an instruction that they should come together and do something because we didn't hear what you were telling them to do. Because they want to deceive you and I. When it got to that stage, they killed the audio. Maybe if you hear the audio tomorrow, that is where you should challenge Princess. That Princess, you have the true video. Because the same spot, the same camera to capture Baba Ijesha to so Mabinu, I'm sorry. Princess, do you want to kill her? The one I just played is the same spot to Timba Baba Ijesha to get sorrow. Why are we not getting what you told them to do? Why did you get the audio? And you are calling me a rape apologist by speaking on this series of organized crime. Can you see the difference between you and I? So, social media because I am fighting for my country and I'm trying to find a way to see we can abolish all this organized crime. Majority of these women in talking by your journey, Yakunini, Paro rape moyo, paro kiniko moyo. If you are angry that I'm doing this, it's your cup of tea. Ah, need to pay you with a command time if I'm buying you. Kamaso Toro. Look at the series of crimes committed by Princess. She abused the law in multiple fold, and she wants the law courts to validate her nonsense. And unfortunately, we have a terrible government, Lagos State government, the Attorney General, then the Commissioner for Justice, then hated and abet her, and they gave the justice, the Temple of Justice, that nonsense. If not because we were able to push harder, trust me, the man will be in life imprisonment for a crime he never committed. Even the one that they are calling a leak hand, it is still organized crime. It has no propensity in law. Anything that you package and concocted like that outside the express approval of the law enforcement cannot be used in any law court. One law agbára ni pé ẹ má sọ pé ìyẹn lẹ mú wá. That was why the police came out and said there was no network. That was why they could not bring the evidence. So any video you are seeing is being brought extra by the Ministry of Justice, the Attorney General, that the DPP that is prosecuting Babagesha, and they are using the power to force it on the court. That we got this evidence somewhere else. Because the police are the ones that are supposed to investigate and keep the CCTV as a primary evidence. They add this, that this is the primary evidence, my lord. We downloaded what we found here into this hard disk that you want to watch, which is secondary evidence. So that was how police removed their hand. That any video you are watching in this court did not come from the police. So the government, the DPP now use the power of as Attorney General, as prosecutor, that we got this evidence somewhere and we are using it against him. That is the terrible justice system that you and I are enjoying, and that is one of the reasons I want to far to really the Nigeria ṣe tẹ̀síwájú nìyẹn tí nira fi pọ̀ jù àti ń fi ìkà à ń fi òfin àfi ń ba ìlú jẹ́ àfi ń nira wa lára àfi ń ṣèkà fúnra wa ẹ wá máa wò pé president Nigeria aṣíwájú ní òṣèlú dáadáa ẹ yẹ ṣe ọwọ́ ara yín wò, search your conscience and the nonsense you do with social media, because it comes back as like kinetic energy and it radiates back until you continue. Until you start to think like, I have a role to play in the society. When you want to lie, don't lie when you see a child around you. You are two ladies, a fair pyro, a one muomo, a paro agbalagba meji, and ọmọdún mẹ́ta, ọmọdún márùn-ún, ọmọdún mẹ́wàá, wà lẹ́yìn, wà oṣù lẹ́gbẹ̀yìn, and they concoct roye, and they manifest here, et induct into the what? Into the circle of lying. You need to understand that you have a responsibility to every child around you. And that is why we're going to be calling on the Nigerian police to, as immediate effect, to my profession, even the Ministry of Justice, you can go back to the case. Everything that you want to do is, okay, sexual assault on a minor. The real reality is that the only thing, the evidence is what? Which is sexual assault. And if you're going to file charges on that, sentencing here, I don't think it's going to be up to 2 years. But because they filed multiple charges, 6 count charges against the man, which about 2 of them is going for life imprisonment, capital offense. No single evidence. I can tell you on my honor, about Iyabo Muslim, no single evidence. Not even evidence of birth certificate or more. Lagos State they filed charges against Baba Ijabode.
Can you play that Ijesha interview with Biola? Because Baba Ijesha maintained in that video that he was instructed to do it. That is one part I still don't understand. Okay, can Baba Ijesha be lying?
No, the point is this. Are you with me? Number one, I have said it over and over. I want any of my colleagues to come out and refute it. You want to have a sin, maybe sin meta, above a single. Oh, the beautiful script on the phone. Oh, then you roll it. Even go convention, be 5, 7 6, me go. sometimes they will tell you kò sí script fún ẹ wọ́n máa ṣàlàyé scene ẹ fún ẹ what you can get is even schedule yẹn gan Odoju ní láti tàn yín because owó ta fi ya fíìmù go tó débi pa máa lọ print script rẹ́kẹ́ àwọn actors kan dẹ̀ wà wọ́n believe pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ síbì àwọn fẹ́ lọ sọ́hùn àwọn fẹ́ wà ń bí èmi lọ́kàn máa ń sọ pé Ọlọ́run ò tí ì kẹ́ dáadáa tó ní tọ́lọ́run bá kẹ́ dáadáa ó ní láti wà gbogbo fíìmù àwọn tọ́lọ́run kẹ́ dáadáa ó lè rí wọn gbogbo fíìmù kọ́ pọ̀ káàkiri few lọ́ máa rí kẹtọ́ ni wọ́n ní you know when you're scarce you have value but pattern táwọn kọ́kọ́ ti múlẹ̀ ni pé ẹni tó bá wà fíìmù pọ̀ ní star àwọn ọmọdé nípa àwọn èèyàn wa náà that's what they are used to so at the end of the day to now be reading script here and there kí ni mo fẹ́ ṣe ń bì ẹ̀yin lè máa ṣe ọ̀gá àwọn olè ń bì ẹ lọ ṣe báyìí ok jọ kí ni mo fẹ́ ka script lórí olè fún especially when it is not sometimes pápá gan èmi ò kì í ṣe scripted movie situation lè máa kọ síbẹ̀ director ti mọ nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ yà sí nǹkankan òun ti ní note tiẹ̀ there is always some company called director's copy sí nǹkankan ó máa kọ̀ọ̀kan tó fẹ́ ṣe síbẹ̀ ó ti mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ yà á dẹ̀ ṣe kí ni a bá continuity ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ òun àti continuity lọ́jọ́ máa draw nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe so sometimes most people tó máa ń rí script lọ́wọ́ tó máa ń lo script làwọn major characters but I can tell you on my honor majority àwọn skit tẹ̀lé tó ń yà yẹn majority wọn kì í ní script tó bá yẹ skit lẹ́fẹ́ yà sometimes tẹ́ bá fẹ́ yà pilot tó bá ti ń jẹ bóyá cinema movie tó yẹ kó pilot pé kò fẹ́ lọ fi hàn yàn pé mo fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan báyìí o ti ní idea tó fẹ́ yà just get your cameraman tó bá jẹ́ camera kan ló fẹ́ lò
it was pilot they call it pilot
tó bá jẹ́ pilot o lè lo full crew tó bá wà ẹlòmíì kan tó bá yẹ but most times tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn commit kò fẹ́ ra yà pẹ̀lú phone whatever the case may be ẹni tí ó pè àṣàdìdáhùn tó pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ṣèbó ní nǹkan tẹ pé fún people are now even getting it wrong pé even as at the time tó bá Ìjẹ̀ṣà dénú lé yẹn since tó ti jẹ́ pé oní fíìmù ló pè tẹ́ni yẹn ò bá tiẹ̀ tí dúró dáadáa tí gbogbo equipment ò pé ọkọ̀ ò tí ì lè lọ sí pé ó ń tọ̀ ẹ̀ because you believe that okay òun ló pè ẹ̀ kó fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan bó jẹ́ fóònù ló fẹ́ lò bó jẹ́ kámẹ́rà ló fẹ́ lò bó jẹ́ kíní ó ṣàṣìpè so as at that time kò tí ì rò pé ó fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan burúkú torí pé a wò pé ṣèbí ọ̀rọ̀ fíìmù ló ṣàpè mí fún and I'm here irọ́ ni pé ó lọ ń wo yàrá káàkiri ó wọ ṣé wọ́n princess ìgbà tó ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ náà wọ yàrá lọ now the question now is this ṣé ọmọ 14-year-old tó jókòó tó wò mí báyìí tí mo fẹ́ rèpù tí mo lọ lé wọn tí mo fẹ́ rèpù ẹ̀ ìṣojú ọmọ 14-year-old ẹni máa yọjú wo yàrá káàkiri ṣé yóò sínú ilé òun dẹ̀ wò mí pé mo ń wo yàrá káàkiri mo dẹ̀ ti abuse ẹ̀ rí kò dẹ̀ bẹ́ bọ́ta make it Nàìjíríà ẹ wo bí ara máa jẹ àwọn ẹ̀pà àtàwọn gúgúrú tẹ máa ń jẹ yẹn ìmí gan ó ń ba bloodstream jẹ àwọn ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó wá lọ síbi ọpọlọ kò ń jẹ́ kó ọpọlọ àwọn yóò wà active àwọn abẹ́rẹ́ kan wà tó máa ń fọ àwọn ọmọ òyìnbó abẹ́rẹ́ kan máa gọ̀ ní èmi rẹ̀ sì èèyàn ti yàdí mi rí at 14-year-old èmi àtẹ̀yàn òjò ní ìkankan papọ̀ mi ní interest sínú tó fẹ́ ṣe mi ò sínú plan pé kí n gbéra mi lẹ̀ fún I'm in my house níwájú mi ẹni yẹn dẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ ń yẹ yàrá wò náà kankan bóyá ilé wa ń bẹ̀ kò sí bẹ̀ ó wò yàrá kejì kò sí bẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ sì jókòó de come on what is all that nonsense what's all that nonsense meanwhile your princess ò náwó báyìí ó ṣe ogbó ẹ̀ the question is when you call them kí ni lecture tó ń ṣe fáwọn méjèèjì because you were seen discussing with the two of them nobody have asked princess kò lè sáré máa dájọ́ lórí fídíò ẹnìkan you ask kí ni nǹkan tí òun bá wọn sọ princess we want to know o tún wá fẹ́ bọ́ta o tún continue ẹjọ́ tó ń bá wọn rò ó wá ní kí ọmọ sẹ́mu ọmọ yẹn tó ti wà traumatized kó tún wá tilẹ̀kùn papọ̀ pẹ̀lú òun àti ẹni tó ti abuse ẹ̀ tó ti fìyà jẹ tó ti affect ẹ̀ ṣẹ́mọ̀ ẹmọ tó fọ́nì jù nípa ọlọ́wọ́ yẹn kí ọkùn sọ́wọ́ ó tún fi kọ́kọ́rọ́ put ọ̀dì ọmọ and people believed it because they don't want to ask questions eléyìí princess ti kéjù ó dẹ̀ ti pa àwọn alágbára tó lè pè wọ́n dẹ̀ ti wọ́n pé pẹ̀lú ẹ mọ̀ pé it's natural for anybody to see that video kó sáré condemn Baba Ijesha nobody will see the video and will not feel like this is a yak no but if you want to now establish the truth that is when you would have to reserve your emotions. But to judge, hurriedly judge based on that video alone, you can condemn Baba Ijesha. But if you want to judge based on the scenario, totally the scene, oh, the sudden judge, you take your immediately you know the old stuff, then you realize that there is iota of wickedness and evil. And another truth is this: princess, how many minutes were you staying outside? To show Shebi, oh no, Vemo, oh for all sumo mimbi, ọmọ yẹn sumo, ọjọ́ jókòó papọ̀. Nígbà tó ti pè yẹn, ṣebí gbà ilé, tó bá yẹ pé àwọn tó sọ pé ó kàn fẹ́ bọ̀ bóyá máa fọwọ́ kan ni, ṣebí gbà ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ti wọlé. Ẹ wá wo yẹn minutes lọ fi jọ dúró papọ̀, wọ́n dìbò ọ̀dà, ọmọ yẹn náà dìbò Baba Ijesha. Nínú fídíò yẹn, ọmọ yẹn bọ́ bàtà fún Baba Ijesha. It took Princess 41 minutes. On wo blue film, to buy up 14 years. And if you are enjoying sexual activities involving a minor, if truly the girl is 14, was 14 then you are only watching child pornography. Because she cannot decide for herself to be in a sexual activity, whether for 10 seconds or for 1 hour. It is not a wish. She doesn't want to be there. You forced her to be there, Princess Comedian. And that is gross abuse of her fundamental rights. Because the girl relied on you, Princess, for food, shelter, and guide. And that is a serious criminal offense. And grooming a child or a minor for sexual activity is punishable with life imprisonment. And when you go to the extent of recording, to have premeditatedly, one record be any sexual activity, premeditatedly, without the instruction of a law enforcement, is child pornography. It is also punishable with life imprisonment. Tiwaba Shio, 30 Princess Obasalo, in 2021, in London, because the case rounded up in 2022. If she had waited, we would have pushed that she should be arrested, prosecuted, and she would have been facing 2 life imprisonment, apart from, aside all other crimes she committed. She even brought in talks to beat Baba Ijesha. Because part of the things that they will be charging her for is assault is assault, battery, to the extent that those guys were saying, you will injure this girl, let her express herself. Why was Princess physically abusing that same girl if truly she was the victim? Why are these women not concerned about that? And they claim they are fighting for the same girl. They are just a bunch of hypocrites. So if we are looking at all these angles and somebody is saying that they only want to talk about that video alone, that why for us to be talking about the other angles, that we are criminals, we are apologists, we are accomplices, then you should ask them to check their brain. Because I cannot even understand if anybody is informed and well educated. It will not make society better. Because there is no way we have said sexual abuse of a minor is non-criminals that should not be prosecuted. It's a serious crime. But the truth of the matter is, you know certainly that there is no way. There is no way. There was no communication of the age. I want to entrap pedophile trap. Before they would establish that you are a pedophile, particularly if they are trying to entrap you, come and set it up. See, our law enforcement, private investigation, they would ensure that the age of the person you are chatting with is communicated with you. Oh, call Baba your chat. Hey, hello, babe. How are you? I just saw where's your better. Oh, no, but for you have come here to meet a 14-year-old. Did you tell me your age? Go and check all the investigation done by these white people and private investigator. The only reason why they will establish that somebody is a pedophile, even if they will ensure that in the communication, you were told the age. It is when you go on to continue to speak after you know the age of the victim, and then you set up maybe opportunity to meet or you continue with the conversation, then they will draw the line that yes, this is a pedophile. But you cannot be chatting with somebody. You use the picture of a girl to look mature. Any omo. Hello, how are you doing? Where can we meet? Oh, do you know she's 14? Oh, really? I don't know. I'm going to walk away. Could commit a crime. Because come on, age. Oh, I'm 14. You're what? You're 14. I'm sorry. I didn't know you're 14. So they walk away. So you can't arrest such person. Come and read the TV in America. You know the law part of it. Come and bala. I hello, ID. Hi, you're so beautiful. Thank you. Can I have a number? No, I'm 16. Oh, sorry. No crime has been committed. I everybody 21. I'm sorry, I'm 16. I'm 14. Oh, sorry, I don't want to talk to you. Thank you. But you walk away. Don't say anything other than I'm sorry to have talked to you. Then walk away. No crime has been committed, no matter who is. In fact, if they are monitoring you, it is at that time they will say, yes, he is not a pedophile. He had the age and he walked away. He didn't press further. So where did you establish the age? Oh, announce the age if any yembe. Oh, announce the age but and people were believing it when it is just a total lie. Tí wọ́n princess tẹ́jọ́ mọ̀ tó dẹ̀ cover nítorí pé wà tí bàbá ìṣìṣà ẹ̀ ń gbádùn ara yín gbà yẹn. That is, and that one you cannot blame anybody. Ìwọ náà princess náà ló ṣì máa lọ ẹ̀wọ̀n. Ìwọ gangan ni key criminal. If tó bá jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ tóòtọ́ and you knew about it, you have everything then and you covered it, and then you want to use it against him. For you to cover it then, you should go to life imprisonment for that. So at the end of the day, you cannot blame anybody because you will not lose your pa lonku. Ama suku egbere kiri. You to suku lori baba Ijesha o suku lori Damola Adekola. Why was Damola and Okele, the gateman of the house that have been abusing the same girl, why were they not charged by the Lagos State government? She accused Baba Ijesha, not accused Damola. And that is the simple truth. So we need to do a whole lot, Nigerians. Let's demand for some deep-rooted education for the next generation. To the next phase of our adulthood. I want to go the next judge, policeman, pilot, Lola. Look at the education they ask that is accessible to them. We want qualitative and standard education, perhaps free, for every child in Nigeria. Education, we would have better leaders, better adults. People are growing older into adults with almost empty civic social responsibility, idea, and knowledge. People are traveling with false knowledge on social media. The only money dragging out people and destroy people's lives. They get blackmailing, they get defame, they get pulling down by Homage syndrome. Tobati learn it, to bring down. Let's use social media to bring the person down. People are too neck deep in wickedness. I don't belong to that school of thought. I have a role to play in my country. And I will never bow down for unnecessary pressure. As a matter of fact, it's high time the society and the government look into who this Iyabo truly is. Iwanwara, Ufimba Konjego. It means me share anything back is about Israel. Konijekaye boy. Ewo yan tó ti kon agbelebu. Ọlọ́run ló ní pé video yẹn sọ lórí. Ọlá pé yẹn go ti live life jẹ́ pé yẹn go ti gbẹ́pọ̀n síta dáadáa tẹ́lẹ̀. Gbà tó gbé wo ẹ̀ jáde wo ló tó bá wọn pín. Pé òun ti life ti sọnù tẹ́lẹ̀. So tẹ́ wá lè fẹ́ bọ́ sọnù ẹ̀ conscientize ni. Ó ṣe wá rí oríye fún rẹ̀. Bó ti fi ya jẹ boy yẹn dáadáa. Yẹn ti lọ ìwọ̀n oṣù kan. Wọ́n ṣe ń gbé lọ́njúlẹ̀ bí wọ́n ń gbé lọ́njúlẹ̀ kó tó di wèrè mọ́ lọ́wọ́. Túbọ̀ wọ́n yóò bá yẹ pé ní tó ti ń gbé wéètì tó ti kì í tẹ́lẹ̀ tí ẹ̀rù police cell riba. Ṣé ẹni tí ó lára. Ṣé re mi ló máa ti bonu cell. Wọ́n lè kan wá be general kini kan nu cell. Afi mi ṣe àpótí. Olúwo ni hodanu. Agbára burúkú tí Iyabo yẹn máa rò pé òun ní nìyẹn. So it's quite unfortunate. I am still going to be challenging Seyi Tinubu. I don't know the role you have played. But if they have used you to block justice for Mohbad, take your hand off it. And if you are not even contributing that Mohbad should get justice, it is time for you to intervene because it will get to a stage. I won't want to say more than that. Because it's quite absurd. Eworu Iyabo in your gidi. Ewo ton share WhatsApp group. They keep deceiving a lot of people. So we have a role to play. Trust me, guys. About what case holistically, you know about the one more right one. Any little offense, Toma commit by what she yakini by lasso, Obama Bonley. The same way touch about Bagisha. Why you carry what drug? Abaisha, Babaso Boimbo. But the more like Shakara about says an Babaso airport. Over as important. Oh. To bá got access ọ̀pá gbólóhùn tá ṣe kíní gan ọlọ́mọdé àpàdé àgbákò ó máa ká lónìí. To bá pàdé àwọn rogue police officers that believe owó ẹ̀jẹ̀, they believe in persecution, they believe in working for citizen to torment the other. They believe in collecting money to destroy the psyche and the dignity of another citizen. If you encounter such police officers that believe in accepting fake petition to destroy people's lives, if they pick you up, you won't be able to even express yourself because everything they are doing is criminal. They will arrest you unjustly. They will take you away from your house without warrants. They will put you in police cell just the way kidnappers do. They will torture you the way kidnappers and terrorists do. And they will extort you the way kidnappers and terrorists do. And then you realize the fact that that is what all of you keep condoning. Because there is no system in the police, especially when you get into that system, in their facility, to actually give accounts of whatever they do to anybody in custody. We live in a terrible and precarious situation. At the end of the day, because you and I keep keeping quiet, you are cowards, you are scared. How can you have a police system that police officers cannot give account of how they treat an innocent person to be in custody? You will need to see the way these police officers do. You will know certainly that some police officers believe in slave trade. When they pick you up, they see you as a stench feast, as a lower citizen. How does the society get better? That same police officer, they will do the same thing to their children elsewhere. It means majority of them to university. That's automatic readmission. It means anybody for more should go. All of what good. Gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó ń gbawó ẹ̀jẹ̀ irú àwọn tó ń gbawó lùkú Mohbad yẹn náà àṣìta àbọ̀ máa ń padà bá gbogbo wọn gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ yìí gbogbo àwọn tó ń support àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ lùkú Mohbad tó fi oppress àwọn activists àṣìta ọgùn máa ń padà fẹ́ gé wọn wẹ̀ wọn padà jèrè iṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá òun gan aṣọ wọn máa ń pọ́n gbẹ̀yìn ni not because of anything but because of the tears of innocent people that is going into the soil every day. Majority of the crime and human rights abuses perpetrated by police are majorly encouraged by even the judges. They will encourage them. So investigation. Okay, I remind you, go and go into prison. Because somebody has said, I want this guy to go to prison. When I was speaking suspects, I ensure that their dignity is being preserved. They thought I'm being foolish. I want justice. But I want your dignity to be protected. I captured and ensured that I get details of everything. I was like, yeah, there are so many moles and double agents. They have seen them. Call them for okay, because it is at that point I felt like I have opportunity to collect grants in Lagos State. I have an opportunity to write for grants in so many organizations outside Nigeria with my status, with my pictures, with my certificate from the US Embassy and all of that, with my profile as an actor. I will collect funds in key organizations. Well, come on, so come on, build a career. Come on, so succeed as an activist. Let me suffer. Let me take pain. Let me take abuses. Let me take banters. Let me suffer through the fans, genuine justice seekers. It's one of the reasons that I cannot joke with people like that. Because these are genuine justice seekers. Only man a connection. But these are people that are genuinely putting their lives on the line to stand up for another person. Social media. She speaks on social media and she puts action. She might not have the kind of knowledge I have, but she wants to continue to fight and put her life on the line, die for another person's child. But only wallet there, let's go. But I know certainly that God will lift her up. Because still ever any opportunity with their zeal, they will save and give a lot of people voice. We are lacking too many justice fighters, foot soldiers in human rights in Nigeria. How many do we have? How many people that have got voice are willing to stand up for the voiceless? Iyabo wrong places. Compromise. She has a spirit. But must look by lagidi in tower she la won fe se farabale eko e ma jowu e ma fi lara sinu te ba se o si ebun to ba ni. No matter the grace you have, if you have envy as part of your core, you can't go far. You cannot go far. I don't have a voice anybody can kill. Ijo mo ti se film gbeyin ṣùgbọ́n tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé lórí social media àtẹ̀ntó hate mi àtẹ̀ntó support tí mo ṣe trend lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ láì ná kọ́bọ̀ èdè kókó Fabiyi ṣàlówó mọ́tò tó yọ sí orí show ẹni tó ní show gan pa ó yọ nǹkan tó yọ kúrò ṣùgbọ́n I am here, I am doing well because gbogbo tí mo sọ yẹn àfẹ́ntọ́pọ̀ rẹ̀ bá ní problem ló máa sọ pé okay o I'm only trying to protect somebody. No, I'm balancing the truth. Bíbélì ní wádìí gbogbo dájú kò rí tó ń jẹ́ òtítọ́ mú. Establish the truth. Do your due diligence and establish the truth. Not, I've seen this. Many things can be doctored and pushed to you. I've given a clear example. So, let's continue to fight. Mohbad continue to get justice. Ẹ̀yin oníṣẹ̀ṣe, I'm going to be calling ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pè mí ẹ̀jọ̀ má bínú tẹ́sán ẹ̀ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ẹ bá tún dá nǹkan bolẹ̀. Ẹ bá bí ajá sógun gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ń di náà justice fún Mohbad. Ìṣọkùnrin ìṣobìnrin ni. Adájọ́ ni, ọlọ́pàá ni, òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba ni, òṣèlú ni. Kógun lákàáyé kó fẹ́ jẹ wọn wẹ̀. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for yesterday. Kógun lákàáyé kó fẹ́ jẹ wọn wẹ̀. Kó ṣe wọ́n báṣubàṣu, kó ṣe wọ́n báṣabàṣá. Ẹni pé máa mú nǹkan máa ṣe wọ́n máa ṣe àwẹ̀nù bá ṣe announce yẹn wọ́n ní ẹ bá mi ṣe o wọ́n náà ti lọ bí ògùn mórí lọ́la èyí tó máa mú yín ò ní sọ fún yín àwọn òdẹ̀ ní stop. We're not going to stop. And to everybody that is still standing, that you are loyal to us here, please continue to stand steadfast. Time in Odoju Ogumale, the storm will come. A lot of pulling down will come. A lot of division, diversion, distraction. Consider the good things you have done. Consider the aspects you have been able to sacrifice more. Think more about that. Don't think about where they are pulling you down. Stand tall. That justice will come. When you look at Nelson Mandela, 27 years in incarceration, a layman, a myopic person would have lost hope that no, the dream Mandela asked for South Africa would never come true. But they are all enjoying the South Africa he dreamt and he fought for. 27 years in incarceration. I want to Timothy no look at I was like, okay, come out. You are fighting for the truth. But 27 years they told you he's a bad person. àwọn tó tì mọ́lé I am willing. Go and look at the speech of the president of South Africa then. I am willing to release Nelson Mandela if he promise he needs to promise that he will not cause. So ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń jà fún right ẹ̀dẹ̀ fi àjẹ́ láti jọ. But they listened. Mohbad's case would never go down until he gets justice. Mo fi Ọlọ́run bàbúrà. Mohbad máa rí justice. Kan jẹ́ pé èní lọ promise wọn pé kò ní rí justice. Ọ̀la tó bá ti ready, when God is ready, he will get justice. But I know I've seen the light at the end of it. I know Mohbad is going to get justice because gbogbo agbára tó ń lò lọ ti lò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kò sẹ́ni tó bá sọ pé a máa gbé kéèsì yẹn d'Abuja wọn ò mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó wá yọ nípa àwọn làwọn gbé kéèsì d'Abuja yẹn gbogbo àti a máa gbéra pa fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí face Abuja wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ńgbà yẹn wọn dùn ńgbà yẹn. To push the case to Abuja, it yielded results because ó jura wọn lọ. Experience jura wọn lọ. N tẹ́mi máa face tí máa pursue ó yàtọ̀ sí téèyàn kan máa jókòó àwọn kan ló lọ ṣe. Òótọ́ lèmi fi ń ṣe because the last thing I want to do is to deceive the public. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ìlágbàkó yẹn. Iyì tí wà lára èmi mi lè máa wó wèrè kiri. Mi lè fi iyì lẹ̀ kí máa wá owó. Torí tí bá ní owó náà iyì ló fẹ́ fi rà. Iyì wà lára mi. So òun ló jẹ́ pé most times tó bá parọ́ owó mọ́ mi, I am not bothered. Ó yẹ kówó yẹn pọ̀ ẹ ṣáà rí pé mo ti rówó gẹrun mi lówó gẹrun náà. Bàtí irun bá kún wọn ní sọ pé ó rówó. And I'm so grateful to God that at the end of the day, we have so many visible things. Kò ṣe pé nu la fi sọ pé à ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan. Kò ṣe pé kọ̀rọ̀ la ti ń ṣe. Gbangba làṣà wa ń tà. And when you look at it, owó àwọn tó ti dákẹ́. Ayé ìgbà kan náà kíní kan King White àti máa dún, kíní kan kò ní bàjẹ́, kíní kan. Nígbà tó yá táwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n ti ń rí fìrìfìrì. Wùnmí fúnra ẹ̀gbọ́n ló ti wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe ṣòfò rẹ̀. Gbogbo yá kó náà máa fi yẹn gazọ̀, kó máa gà wọ́n pé kankan ò ní ṣe òun. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kéèsì yẹn lọ court. They will charge them to court very soon. Mo fi kàábà bùrọ̀ máa lọ court. Ogun wọn ṣe exercise rẹ̀. Ohun tó máa jẹ́ kẹ́rù wẹ̀rí ṣe normal láìpẹ́ ó máa tó jábọ́. Ṣé wọ́n ti ṣe convention ABC? Ẹjọ́ mú party candidate lẹ̀ ká wọnú agbami gidi. When it is a battle between are they going to be having an election or not? Are they going to be destroying the name of the president or not? Tó wà ní pẹ́ lẹ́bọ̀ tó ti fẹ́ jáde. Èyí tó bá kí ni kẹsà lọ sí Iran tó ti ń ju bọ́ǹbù yẹn fúnra Interpol ló máa wọ yín jáde tó máa gbé wá àfi ẹ lè lọ ní Iran ṣá o ó lè pẹ̀kọ́ tó rí yín mú. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I'm not hating on anybody. And please, on the issue of sexual abuse on children, Emma Shea, if you see anybody, any lady that you don't know, ma fi ojú wò. Emma ma jẹ́ kó bí ma sọ wípé they don't ask women her age. Kò bá ti gbó bí ilẹ̀ Galilee. Ibi táyé ń lọ sìn, ọlọ́mọ ìjà kó sí páńpẹ́ ayé bèrè age. Tó bá possible kẹ́ tó bára yín sùn gan, make sure pé sign the contract. Ṣàfẹ́ ń ra wa, mélòó la máa ṣe. Or tó bá possible kẹ́ ṣe audio. I'm going to put audio. Wá ṣe fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bára wa sùn bá ṣe mi fẹ́ gbọ́ pé when I was saying stop. Yes or no? Mi fẹ́ wèrè tá bá dẹ̀ ti parí ká ṣe video ká sign out. Àjọ parí. And if it is possible, ọmọkùnrin ẹ máa paná ọkẹ yọ bọ́ọ̀bù yẹn kẹ yọ sí ọwọ́. Àwọn ọmọ wèrè tó wà ń tàn sí gbọ́nà lọ fi wá owó àwọn godmother wọn. Wọ́n kọ́ lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ o. Wọ́n kọ́ wọn pé if you want to make it, you want to ride big car, live in Lekki, there are some men, they are very reckless, they are flex, they have their wife, but they want to be wasting your time. Waste their time too and teach them lesson. They are out to teach all your sons, your brothers lesson. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń fi bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, ìjọ tó bá ti kan àbúrò yín tó bá ti mú sá páńpẹ́, wọ́n ti trap wẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá gbin síta, ogun afẹ́jẹ ìwẹ̀ ni o. Kẹ́ ya ran bẹ́ẹ̀. Kẹ́ fèsì ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìwọ tó bá ti jẹ́ pé o ti ń tako justice fún Mohbad, ìjọ tó bá ti pa ọmọ ẹ mọ́nu ilé ẹ̀. Àbọ̀ pa mọ́ school tó gbókú ẹ̀ wálé fún ẹ. Má bèrè justice níta ogun máa pa ẹ́ o. Gbogbo eléyìí máa wó pa ẹ́ o. Ìwọ tó ń bú gbogbo àwọn tó ń jà fún justice fún Mohbad. Tó ń ṣàràbù fún wọn tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ìjọ tó bá ti pa ọmọ ẹ, ó bá pa sílùú òyìnbó gan kó jẹ́ pé àwọn gáǹgì ló pa. Má sọ síta o, gbé sínú ń bẹ̀. No justice for you. Ẹ lè gbin ilá kẹlẹ́ fẹ́ ká ẹ̀fọ́. Torí gbogbo wèrè tẹ́ fi social media ṣe yẹn ara kan Gaza o àwọn ẹlẹ́ran ara ló ń fẹ̀mí díje tó ń bọ́ta tó ń gbójú jáde. We are sick and tired of people discouraging the real justice seekers. Enough of that nonsense. We are very small now, but we are marching forward. Because Allah alone lead wa. Allah alone might decide whatever it is, but we will play our part. And God will help us, and we will do the right thing and get justice for Mohbad. At least, for now, 7 suspects have been identified, and they are said to be, alleged and complicit. Complicit means they have a hand.